Previously on Dandies in Danger.
January runs like a hound.
We'll go through the first pillar. The lads have arrived at the entrance to a long hallway. It smells like smoke.
Perhaps these are warnings. Runs like hounds, right?
Perhaps we do have to run.
There's a small fireplace, belching smoke all over the surrounding bookcases, and crouching next to this fireplace are two men. Zachery, you recognize the uniform of these men? These are definitely men who work with the church. Then I suppose I should leave this with you. He takes out a roll of bandages.
I didn't like them at all.
Most of the books in the room relate to law and history. Palace of Westminster is the to address on this letter. You two happen to be struck by the oddity of your situation because you remember that on October 16th of last year, the Palace of Westminster caught on fire. You're starting to put the pieces together, I imagine.
We have to leave. We have to leave right now. Let's leave.
The moth is now resting on a blank wall.
Suppose we have to touch it?
Should we run through it?
He pushes it in. He just starts pushing on the wall.
Liam.
A secret passageway. You've solved my passage puzzle.
Oh, good.
The moth has once again traversed the room and lands on a thick burgundy curtain. A figure sits on the floor behind one of these armchairs. The voice that drifts through the smoke is splintered and faint. It's not my fault. It's not. It can't be. Good God, it wasn't me.
Hi, my name is Haile. I play the voice of Zachery. I use she, her pronouns.
Hi there, I'm Cass. I will be voicing Liam Bardsley. She, her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Chess, and I voice Daniel Pritchard, and I use he, she, they pronouns.
Hi, I'm Toast. I voice Adrian Edwards, and my pronouns are she, her.
So, we can jump right in. We left off on a bit of a cliffhanger on our last episode. They're in the hidden room that they had discovered. There's a figure behind an overturned reading chair in the corner. The moth is on the opposite side of the room on a burgundy curtain. What do you guys want to do? The figure has not noticed you yet.
Okay, Zachery spreads his arms out to the rest of them. All three of them had to count for a second, and is kind of just making like a don't talk sort of face, just very quiet. And then he looks at Daniel, and then he looks at Liam, and then he looks at Adrian, and he points his finger. He wags his finger over to the moth on the opposite side of the room. And then he brings his two fingers to the opposite palm of his hand and makes a walking motion, as if to indicate, let's just very quietly sneak over and not catch this dude's attention.
Okay. Well, Adrian nods. I'm sure everyone else is nodding. Yeah.
Daniel nods.
Liam looks a little concerned because
Is he worried about that person?
he's worried about the person, but he nods as well.
No sneezing this time.
No sneezing this time.
I guess, should we roll?
Please roll. Everybody roll. D20.
Oh boy.
And
If
we
I
don't-
fuck up, I'm gonna be so embarrassed.
And we don't add anything to this one.
Nope.
So,
Oh, not
Oh,
bad.
no.
15.
8.
16.
You're okay, actually.
I am?
Surprisingly.
Oh.
You're okay. So, you hear a few broken, sobbing gasps from the hidden figure behind the chair, but they make no move towards the party. You approach the curtain, where the moth twitches in anticipation, and behind the heavy fabric, you find a brass doorknob.
Zachery's going to be the one to carefully reach towards the doorknob and try and very quietly click it open. Is this another roll?
Go for it.
Okay. It is a fucking 3.
Oh dear.
You hear, in sort of a startled voice, "Who's there? Who is it?"
Zachery doesn't make any
What if
move.
we all just stand there silent?
I think he's... might turn around though. Okay. Well, he's frozen. It's just out of reaction.
Daniel's heart is in his throat.
Oh
Oh,
no.
are you gonna take any spook for that?
Yeah, because,
You can choose.
Yes.
You can choose your spook. I'm not going to make you roll for this since you're electing to do spook. Just one spook?
Yeah, I give him one spook.
The figure behind the chair, you see a hand slowly trembling, pulls up from behind the chair and looks around, first at the entryway, and slowly panning over to the four of us. And what you see is a young man clutching the fabric of his cravat, white-knuckled and trembling. He's remarkably dazed in his eyes, but once he notices your presence, he scrambles back with a violent start. He's about your age, all of us, early 20s.
Yeah.
And if one were to compare him to a modern actor, you could say he resembles Tom Hulse by the end of Amadeus. In other words, beautiful and suffering.
Okay.
He pants around the shape of his words until his voice catches up. You've come for me then? How did you get in? I locked the door. He's slowly rising from the floor, but he keeps one hand near his neck at all times. Did Bush send you?
We were just leaving, actually, says Adrian.
You were leaving.
Yes.
Right.
You should consider...
How did you get in? How did you find this place?
Door?
There's no door, though.
What are you talking about? There's a door over there, he says, pointing.
That's a secret passage. There's no door on the opposite side.
Ah, well,
Zachery, and he thought you...
He kind of... he fully turns the brass handle and is he able to open it?
Yeah, you can open it.
So he throws it open. Well, funny that, he says. Very strange. We'll be leaving now, though. I think. Yeah?
Oh, this building's on fire, possibly. So you might want to leave.
And kind of a strange look passes over his eyes, and he looks up at you, and he says, we shouldn't be here. We're in terrible danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come with me.
No.
Sorry.
No. Sorry.
So,
Got a suspicious little rat boy.
he is going to reach out.
We're too far away. He can't reach us.
Oh no, he might be not that far away.
It's a very small room.
Yeah.
He's going to reach out for Daniel. And he clasps both of your hands in his and says, come with me. And he looks you dead in the eye. And his hands are still trembling, but he's taken his hands away from his neck. And so that you can see that he has a little brooch there. He's got the cravat, he's got his jacket on. And the brooch is a lot fancier than the rest of his outfits. That's all I'll say about that until you guys want to do any sort of perception. So he's going to start pulling you back towards the way you came. He's pulling you back in that direction.
No, that's where the fire is.
No, you
says
have to
Daniel.
come with me. You don't understand.
No.
You don't understand. You have to come this way.
Perhaps
come
you
with me.
could come with us. Leaving.
And a little flash of anger passes in front of his eyes for a second. He says, No, you don't. You have to come with me, please.
What don't we understand?
Please.
What is it? Says Zachery, approaching, trying to put his hands on this stranger's hands to try and get them off Daniel. So
Daniel's also trying to remove his hands. But he's very polite as well, so he's like,
So are you
please
trying
let
at
go."
full strength, or are you just
kind of
politely
nudging.
Regency
Yeah.
gentleman trying to politely extricate yourself?
Yes.
He sinks his fingers into your arm. Not all the way into your flesh, because it's not supernatural.
He just starts assimilating me.
No. He starts to tug you, and he actually pushes the door back behind him open.
Oh.
And he starts pulling you, and he says, we don't have much time left. You have to come with me.
Liam! Screams Zachery. For backup, please, tank, please.
Can I roll perception on this man?
Yeah, do you want to perceive or investigate?
I want to investigate him.
Okay.
I want to see if he's got any sort of spell on him.
Can Daniel
do
see
that?
those things?
Nope.
Oh.
Okay, I want to roll perception
You're
then.
looking really hard to be like, maybe I'll be able to
He's
tell.
just squinting.
Just a real
Have you
serious
got-
squint.
You're like, I've seen some magic now. Do you have a magic?
Do you have a magic, sir? Magic?
Go
Alright,
ahead,
then
roll.
I'll roll for perception then. 11 plus wisdom?
Go for it.
15.
15. Okay, so that's moderate. He's not himself, you know?
Okay. Yeah, that's for sure.
Let's see. So if you're investigating this fellow, I will say that as he pulls you more and more intently, you'll notice that the brooch, which is sort of a deep black color, you sort of see something that flickers a little bit like the ember within a coal for a second as he starts to pull you forward.
Oh, like he's possessed by the brooch.
Well, who knows?
Maybe
It
he's
might
just
not
got a
even
really
be-
fancy brooch.
Yeah.
We gotta try, like, ripping it off him.
Daniel can't rip it off of him.
Yeah.
Zachery is
but
right
he does say
there.
there's something with his brooch.
Oh.
At that,
Oh, no.
he
Daniel.
after you
Daniel.
said that, he
His hands are gone.
No, his hands are in someone else's hands.
Yes.
They're not
What?
gone.
Wait.
oh
He can't use them, so he wanted
Yeah, but-
Zachery to
okay,
to
so
know.
he's alerting.
He was
So
alerting
at that
Zachery.
point, he jerks you so hard that it sort of pops your arm a little bit in the socket. It doesn't dislocate it, but
Do I
it's
take
definitely
damage?
very uncomfortable.
One
I'm just gonna say 1 damage. I'm not even gonna roll for that because, yeah, we'll just say that it just kind of, it hurts. It smarts. He starts pulling you very fast. And at this, I will also say that Liam has rushed forward, much like a bull. And so Liam is going to enter into a test of strength with this character.
Be careful with Daniel's arms.
So I'll just be rolling against myself.
They come off so easily.
Be careful with the pretty suffering man.
Meh.
All right. Oh, well,
They evenly
the
matched.
character, the person who is tugging on Daniel, just completely lost their grasp. Or we
Oh.
could even say for a second that the sight of Liam charging
There.
towards him was so intimidating that he just let go. Because he rolled a 1. He just like straight up lifted up his hands and he's like, bro, no beef. Bro, no beef. No beef. Because he rolled a 1 and Liam rolled pretty well. And so we'll say that Liam now has a hold of him.
Daniel.
Who?
Liam has a hold of this other person,
Okay.
this stranger. And Liam says, Zach! Get the brooch, will you, Zach?
Zachery doesn't hesitate and does exactly what Liam says, and he reaches a hand out and, like, traps it in his grasp, and he kind of starts... The first knee-jerk reaction is to, like, pull at it, which probably makes the man go, like, ah! Or
Yeah.
but he's, like, trying
You've
to, like...
managed to actually pull him back into the hidden room with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And the door can close behind you.
nice. He's gonna... How does the brooch attach?
You'll have to unclip it probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's usually with a pin.
Okay. So he's kind of fighting with this man, and he's undoing the brooch, and he, with a solid, rips the rest off.
Can I stop you right there and have you do a wisdom roll?
Hell yeah!
Wisdom? Oh, no.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
Oh, yes.
Our
So-
good boy.
You do hear a small voice in your head.
No.
And it says,
Hey there, kid. You like fire?
and what does Zach say?
He freezes, and then there's a lot of, like, folklore that says when a disembodied voice speaks out to you, don't speak back.
Mm-hmm.
So he just turns to Liam, and he goes, it's talking.
Hey, kid. You like fire?
Can you hear it?
You like fire?
Can any of us hear it? Probably not.
No, you can't hear it.
Well, if it's talking, it seems like it's something we should get rid of in any case.
Hey, kid. You like fire?
He looks
You
around.
like fire?
At this point, the young man has kind of pitched forward a little bit now that he's out from under this thing's thrall, which means that Liam is mostly supporting him at this point instead of holding him at bay.
Yeah.
And he takes a deep shuddering gasp and says, No, don't get rid of it. You mean you heard it too?
Yeah?
How is it not? Are you still yourself?
Yeah, I am. I just, Oh, you know what? I'm a bit sick sometimes, so I don't think that's why it has been affecting me. He lies.
The young man he looks down a little bit and then he seems to notice that he's being supported mostly by Liam, and so he stands up and he says, I don't know what to say. You should probably wrap that thing up. You should put it in a cloth or something.
Yeah, sure.
It's unholy.
Sure, he says, and he reaches out for the man's cravat, takes the rest of it off and wraps it in that. Yeah, no, that's probably fair. He nods.
Now we ought to
Oh,
leave,
my
I
head.
think.
Oh, we do. We have to get out of here.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Let's go through that other door.
Yes.
The one you didn't want us to go through.
Yes, no, you're right. I'm so sorry. How can I even begin to apologize to you?
No, it's fine.
How did you find me?
You know, the building's on fire. Let's go. Come on.
Let's sort this
No.
out afterwards. We must leave.
You're right. You should come with me.
No.
No,
No,
we're gonna
this
go
way.
this
no,
way.
no, this way. Yes, no, you're right. Not
You're coming with us. Let's make that clear.
The most English exchange. They start. Zachary, at least, is already headed to the door. Is already going through where the moth was,
Yes.
has been.
The moth goes through with them, and it takes them into another study, fairly basic room. There's a few chairs, but the walls are a little bit more artistic in this room. There's more paintings and such, and the moth has moved down to the bottom corner of the room where there is another door.
Huh. Quick check here. Is Robin still with us?
Robin is still with you.
Okay.
He hasn't said very much because he can only meow at this
Yeah.
point, and he's just been watching the proceedings with vague amusement, twitching his tail every once in a while.
Such an ass.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a perception check of the room.
Okay.
16, 17.
There's a lot of beautiful royal portraits in this room.
Okay.
There's a little globe over on the table.
Well, it's all doomed. Here we go.
All right, so do you continue onward?
Yes.
All right,
I think time is rather of the essence.
so at this point,
It's a big palace. It's got a while to burn down. It's a lot of fodder.
Depends which part you're in.
This stranger, whose name you do not know,
Good
because you
cover.
have not asked what his name is,
Mm.
pushes the door open, which leads you into another hallway, a hallway you have not entered before. And this time, he's dragging you in towards the room at the end of the hallway, which you can tell, because the door is open, you can tell it's probably a library. There's a lot of books in there. And
Lots of burnable objects.
as he drags you along, he says, you know, we have to just get you out of here first, and then, oh, fuck.
Yes, what's the matter? Sir?
I forgot who I was. My identity's been stripped from me. We have to get you out of here first, and then we can make with all of the explanations.
Oh no, have we died?
Is that the timer for the fire?
At that point,
Oh god.
Son of a bitch.
you hear a stupendous explosion
No.
somewhere behind you, and you feel heat just radiating through the hallway, and the smoke thickens. It is thick. You're beginning to have trouble seeing the end of the hallway where you could once see the library. Now you can only see a sort of the outline of where the doorway might be.
Well, Adrian put his little cravat up to his face. Cover the smoke, you know.
Stay low to the floor, everyone! Duck down!
Yeah, Zachary ducks down as well, and he looks over at the stranger, and he says, right, what was your name?
Oh. He's a little shocked that you're choosing this particular moment to ask his name, but he says, it's Nathaniel.
Right, Nathaniel, move your ass, let's go. He says, and he starts crawling.
Have we lost track of the moth? Is it gone?
You can't see the moth anymore.
I mean, did we see it at all when we came into the room?
Yeah, we saw it at the opposite end, close to the floor near a door.
Didn't we go through that door?
You've gone through the door.
Oh,
now
so-
the only...
Oh my goodness. Such a language.
Zachary!
Oh.
I didn't know what these situations could draw out of you.
man with a lot of frustration.
Oh. Did we see the moth after we went through the low door?
It did head in the direction that Nathaniel was leading you.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Gonna have to put PG-13 rating on this one, Zachary.
I think that bumps it right up there to
Yeah, it's gonna be explicit.
Put this on Patreon too.
You'll have a blooper reel.
I'm so sorry.
It's really okay.
So, sorry, let me compose myself again. So, we're hustling, I believe,
Yeah.
is the best way to describe this.
We're moving our ass across the room to where I think wherever we last saw the
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
why are you all on the ground?
Daniel, my
Jesus
God.
Christ, Daniel, get
Oh,
down!
Lord.
It's the smoke.
Why are you all on the ground? You can move faster if you're not on the ground.
Daniel, you're going to
You
asphyxiate.
can't move very fast, Daniel, if you've fainted. Get down here.
What's this all about? He gets on the ground. Oh. He notices that the smoke is above them and not on the ground, and he can breathe better. Oh.
You're all beginning to perspire profusely as you
Let's
scoot
get
towards,
going.
as you scoot towards the library. Robin and Nathaniel, as you now know his name to be, are in the lead. As you enter into the library, it's a bit too hazy to really make out the surroundings up above, perhaps waist height. Another cloud of smoke came billowing down the hallway and sort of ushered you into the room like a wave. It's sort of with little bits of ash attached to it. And so as you come into the library, you're having a little bit of a difficult time locating where the moth is. But before anybody can roll perception or investigation, Nathaniel has already moved towards a door that would be to your right as you just entered. And he pulls a set of keys out of his pocket. He says, "We'll be all right if we just get through here." And he kind of crouches up a little bit so he can unlock the door, and he pushes it open. And he says, "Quick, through here. The exit's just over here, and I swear I don't have the stone anymore. I know you don't have any reason to trust me, but I want to make up for what I've done. Please just get through here with me."
Can we have a peek through the door before we actually go? I know time is running out.
Absolutely, but I would also like all of you to take 1 point of damage because the smoke is quite thick.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke is quite thick and is making it very hard to breathe. So what were you going to do? You're going to investigate, right?
Yeah.
Go for it. Roll me a 20.
16?
16's great.
Sweet.
So with a 16, you can tell that the room beyond does have access to the outside because you can feel the smoke, that breeze that Zachery was looking for, is actually moving in that direction. You do not see the moth anywhere.
Oh.
Well, we need to get out of the burning building at least.
That doesn't mean it's the exit out of this dimension, he coughs.
What? Says Nathaniel.
Don't worry about it, mutters Zachery.
Something
You
caught in
are
his
strange
throat.
folk.
Well, you're one to talk.
That's true. He looks really concerned about that.
For some reason, that is very attractive to Daniel.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, he's a little broken. That's wonderful.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God.
What are you about to roll something there, Chess?
Perception.
Perception.
I'm looking for that moth.
Okay, alright, so you are looking for the moth.
Okay, 18.
That's amazing. Actually, you can see a faint glow through even the thickest smoke. And you can see the glow is on one of the windows in the library, further away, though, from the exit where you are right now. So if you follow with Nathaniel, you'll be going into another room and thence out of the building, or you can go back to the window on the other side of the library.
Do I, in fact, you said a glow. Do I, in fact, see it as the moth?
More or less. It's vaguely moth-shaped. I will leave this supposition up to you.
I think it is the moth.
It's bluish-gray.
Well, can Zachery do a quick magic perception?
Sure.
Because I'm the only one that can use magic in this whole thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Because what if it is...
Everyone please take 1 point of damage.
Ah, fuck.
This hesitating is not good. Fuck. Okay. Roll quickly. 21.
That's amazing. It's the moth.
Okay,
Let's go.
Let's go.
Wait.
Look, over there! It's the moth!
Wait.
I
what?
think.
What moth? What are you?
Don't worry,
Look, please,
young man.
Please come with me.
No, don't
Come
worry
with
about
I'm
it.
going. Please, no, I can't abide this. Just come with me. Come out of the building. The exit's right over here. Please.
No, see,
I would never forgive myself.
well, you probably won't already, so don't worry about it.
Come with us!
What? Daniel!
No.
And drag him
Where-
into this? No!
Did he get this
From a
stone?
different timeline.
Oh. Don't come with us. Go out that way, we'll go
Yes.
this way.
Go
we
save
forgive you.
yourself.
Goodbye.
What?
We're missing a companion. You need to escape, and we will go that way towards our companion.
We
Okay?
know what we're
We will
doing.
meet you outside.
We have a plan.
If you're not out in 3 minutes, I'll come back in after you.
No!
Don't. Stay outside. Do you
You're a very
understand?
generous, kind young man, but please.
But what are your names? Tell me your names.
No.
I'm
Zachery
Zachery,
Edwards.
and I'm Zachery, and I'm going that way. He says,
Zachery who?
Wilkos! He yells back angrily.
No, you should never give them your full name.
Yeah, don't give them names. That gives them power over you.
Exactly.
He's not a witch I would have known.
Everyone, please take another point of damage.
Guys, stop talking.
We need to go to the moth.
We're leaving.
Alright, everybody scampers off towards the moth. Nathaniel hesitates a little bit and he's watching you, but as you approach the moth, you see on the glass window pane, the glass has become hazed with a thick gray coating of smoke, but it still is slightly reflective, and you can see just the vague outlines of your shapes, and the moth is waiting right there on the glass pane, this one particular pane.
Let's smash it.
Yeah, pretty much, I think we're...
Smash it!
No, not smash it, but we're all gonna pretty much put our hands on it at the very least. Like,
Has Zachery put his hands on it?
yeah.
Oh, is that
He
gonna be
disappeared.
hot? Oh, okay.
Daniel also
Well,
puts his
yeah,
hand
here
on
we
it.
go. Adrian grabs Robin.
And Robin goes, and does he then touch the pane?
Yes. Liam better fucking come with.
Liam looks back and sees Nathaniel just absolutely gobsmacked over in the corner, and Liam says, "Trust us. We'll be fine. You get yourself out." And he touches the pane and disappears.
What a good Liam. We just panicked.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
We're like, fuck Mozart.
We'll be
Let's
back
go.
with guilt forever.
Oh,
Bye.
man, I fucking told him to run. I told him to go.
So, when everyone comes to, you're standing in a field of grayish blue grass. The sky is completely black. There's no clouds, there's no stars. You can't feel anything. The air itself feels a little flat. You are once again standing before the 12 pillars, and the Sandmen are now nowhere to be seen. The moths that you had seen previously are now so profuse that you can now almost hear the fluttering on their wings.
Is everybody here? Says Zachery looking around.
Present.
Daniel looks around to see if everyone's here.
Oh, babe.
I'm here, alright.
Oh.
Close shave on that one, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Sighs Zachery.
Adrian didn't say, oh, babe. I thought that was you for real.
Oh, no. No, that's acting.
Wow.
Good acting, huh? Yeah, did a good convincing cough there.
That was a real comment from you.
Good job.
I wasn't convinced.
Okay, everyone's here.
Yes.
Where-
You're still holding Robin.
I have the cat. Adrian kind of holds him up like a sack of potatoes.
How many eyes does Robin have now?
Robin has 3 eyes.
Alright. Says Zachery taking Robin from...
Wait, I wasn't done with him.
Sorry, my bad.
Adrian's still holding him like he's got, his hands under the little cat armpits and the little cat, groin. And then he just starts kind of shaking him. Why did we have to go through there? Why is this the way? And then he plops him on the ground.
I have never been so manhandled. Goodness gracious. Except, I suppose, by you.
Daniel.
He's looking at me.
Yeah, he looks at Daniel. He's quite forgiving for that one.
Daniel actually wasn't listening. Daniel was rereading the poem on his cuff. So he doesn't notice at all because he was also tuning out everything that Robin says.
Right, what's I
Well, that was
said?
fairly well done then. And look, I think you've even got a bit of a friend. And
What?
the sort of the larger grey-blue moth that you had been following has alighted upon Daniel's shoulder
Oh.
and is now sort of sitting there for a second, which I guess he didn't notice because he was
Yeah.
looking at his shirt cuff.
Oh.
But you've got the moth is sort of sitting there.
He notices it.
That's pretty good luck, I imagine. I mean, it was lucky enough to get you out of that building.
Luck, mutters Zachery.
Anyhow, why did we go through a building that has already burnt down in the past?
Well, it's all a bit fluid, isn't it? All the whens and the wheres. I'm surprised you're more hung up on this than you were about the place with things that were obviously not human. The kind of the church that wasn't really a church.
I've
you've
blocked
never
that
been
out, thank
before.
you.
Oh, well, that's lucky for you.
I'm suppressing that until I die.
Right,
Well,
we should move
it's
on,
a good
right?
thing. Memories, they're not that important.
Yeah, let's move on.
Alright, now which pillar are we going up to next?
The third line in the poem says, July dances by on black cobblestones.
Do you think
July
we'll
is
have
the
to-
7th.
Do you think we'll have to dance through this next challenge.
Should have not. Terrible 2 left feet.
But
Well, I'm quite a nice dancer myself, but I'm a little
good
bit
for
nervous. If
Yes, we know what a social butterfly you are, Liam.
Does anyone want to take a rest for a little bit then? It seems I don't see the Sandmen then anywhere.
That is strange. I'm a little worried now they're not here.
Zachery kind of the whole time has been looking out and has been scanning his gaze towards the pillars, away from the pillars, and around to look for the Sandmen.
It's rather more like when we first arrived, don't you think?
Zachery nods, concerned. That's interesting.
Except for the moths, though. The moths are different.
And we still have this one with us. He's just pointing to Daniel's shoulder.
Yeah, I think it's rather taken a liking to you.
he looks at it. You can see its tiny little fuzzy face. With its feathery antennas. Moths are so cute.
It is very cute. It does have sort of a greenish-grey spots on the wings. And the funny bit is that the furry part of the body, the body of the moth, looks a little bit like a nose.
A nose?
A nose.
Does he look kind of like a nose to you?
Huh.
It's like a nose moth.
Our story's dragging. We have to move
really-
on, gentlemen.
Zachery hesitates and then looks towards the pillars and says, as refreshing as a break would be, we should not linger in a dimension that does not belong to us. Alright, are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
He starts walking towards the pillars without waiting for anyone else to confirm. He seems a little more agitated.
My God, Zachery.
Huh. He looks, he turns.
You're always the first to go.
What?
Zachery, it's alright. We'll do this together.
Yeah, okay, fine.
We're almost done. Sort of.
We're halfway there.
There you go.
That's right, lads. Chin up.
Robin,
Yes.
we're not just...
Yes.
We don't need...
You're not included.
Exactly.
And well, that's a fine howdy do.
Yes, it is. You've gotten us killed, nearly killed, twice now. Multiple times, really.
Or you could say,
No,
But-
I don't think we could.
I got you nearly survived 2 times.
Robin, I have a question.
I probably won't have an answer, but you're welcome to ask me. I do love questions.
You dragged all 4 of us into this, yes?
That's right.
Did you mean for all 4 of us to be into this?
Well, the numbers weren't exactly particular, but 4 is better than 1.
Was there a particular person you wanted to be dragged into this?
Well, that's an excellent question.
And did you drag his 3 friends into it?
Oh, now I see what you're getting at. Oh, I see. Well, let's just say that the more the merrier in a case like this. It's, 4 heads are better than 1. Everyone has their own tools.
For faces to trade off for one of yours.
Well, now, let's not go pointing fingers here, especially as I don't have any right now, as I've had my face stolen.
We don't trust you.
Well, that's all right. We could just keep going with that.
Look, do we need him if we have the poem?
I wouldn't recommend going forward without me. I mean, naturally I wouldn't. I suppose all it would take would be for one of you lot to leave me behind.
God, I don't know anymore. We
You
should
just have to run the risk of perhaps my presence being necessary to your escape at the end. But then again, I'm quite at home in a place like this.
All right,
you know. I mean,
all right. You're not allowed to prattle on. Let's just get this over with.
Zachary's kind of quietly fuming, and he gives a swift nod, and he turns and he starts heading beeline for the pillars again.
All right, let's all go.
Daniel trots up to keep up with Zachery.
And Liam trots up to keep up with the rest of them.
I mean, yeah, we're all going.
All right. Shall we touch this one all at once again?
Yeah.
This is quite a tradition now.
Wouldn't be, he mutters, if... Well, never mind.
Liam makes a consternated face at Zach before they touch the pillar. He's obviously picking up that Zach is...
I think we're all picking up.
I just want it down in the notes that Liam made a concerned face.
Okay.
It is in the records.
In the records, he made a concerned
All right,
face.
who's grabbing this Hellcat?
Liam will pick him up this time.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3. So the four of you hear music before you see anything.
Oh no, we are going to dance.
And the four of you you're not sure if perhaps your eyes are clouded or if there's just something, a haze again. You can't quite make it out. But eventually it becomes clear that you're standing behind a very gauzy curtain. And beyond this curtain, you see shapes moving about in time with the music. And the curtain drifts up a little bit on a breeze that you can't quite feel. As you look through, you see the swirling colors of a masquerade. But it's not quite like any masquerade you've ever been to before. Why?
Because I've never been to one.
The dancers are gliding across this beautiful white porcelain floor that is set over the abyss.
Oh.
So what you see is basically, it's not unlike a game board. It's not an exact replica of a chessboard, perhaps. But the dancers move effortlessly across white, pristine tiles that float over a blackness that sinks deep, deep into nothing. And they never miss a step, and they never miss a beat. And you hear their laughter.